I am Ashtar. I come to be with you at this time, in these moments of change. Change that is happening in every moment moving forward. You are moving along on your own timeline. There are many different timelines at this point. You are on many of those times. But for the most part, you are beginning to diverge the timelines, where some will move along into the new earth, the new ascended earth. And there are many that have chosen, yes, they have chosen to not be on this timeline. To be on their own timeline of their creation. And the timelines are indeed beginning to diverge. And once they have finally and completely diverged, you will not be associated with that old timeline anymore, the old timeline of the third-dimensional illusion. It will be eluding you in that point. For it will no longer be a part of your expression. And that is what you are here for. That is what you came here for, to be a part of the great diverging of these timelines. And if you think about it for a moment, go back 10 years or so, and the idea of timelines was only in your fiction, only in your movies, where they would begin to speak of those things, of timelines. Such as in your Back to the Future movie, and other ones. That was your introduction to the idea of timelines. But now it is becoming an everyday thought, or an everyday process. The idea that you are on a different timeline from all of those of the forces of darkness that are creating, that are attempting to keep you on their timeline. But you are having none of that. And that is what you came here to do, to assist the entire population of this planet to move along onto the new timeline. The new timeline that is not, and I repeat, is not the biblical timeline that you have grown up to understand more, that those of the forces of darkness have attempted to hold you to, that timeline is no longer. You are on your own created timeline. Those of you in the ascension process here on the planet, those of you, the collective you, and all of those that are here, those of us that are here, the galactics that are here, your ascended masters that are assisting in this whole process, we are all moving you, helping you to move on to this new timeline of the new earth that is being born, even at this moment now. And every moment moving forward, you are moving closer and closer to completely diverging the timeline. And once you have done that, those on the other timeline will be no longer in your existence, in your knowing. They will simply be memories that you will not need to hold on to any longer in terms of programming. The programming utilizing the violet flame, which you have been given as a tool, will assist you in purging out all of that old programming, all of those old thoughts. The old thoughts and programming that holds you to that third-dimensional illusion, holds you behind the veil. But the veil, my friends, is either gone, or is nearly gone. It is up to you as you continue to move on. Many of you are even beginning to see beyond the veil, beginning to see other things that are beyond the visible spectrum. You are seeing beyond that visible spectrum because you have awakened your third eye that is a window into other worlds, other dimensions. And you are beginning to awaken that. Well, awaken it as an individual, and awaken it as a collective consciousness here on this planet. So know, as you continue to move forward, be moving forward in every moment as much as you can. No longer focus on what has happened in the past. And don't even keep your attention too much on what is happening in the future, even though we had to do this exercise to experience what is possible and probable in your future moving ahead. It is most important for you to focus every moment now moving forward. Do not hold on to the old. Let go of the old, and embrace the new that is coming upon you as the new dawn is beginning shine. Let that new dawn come forward, for it is the new dawn of the Su creation of all of you. I am Ashtar, and I leave you now in peace and love and oneness. And that you continue to move along the creation of your own timeline from this moment forward. One who serves, channeled by James McConnell, Om, Mani, Padme, Hum, Om, Mani, Padme, Hum, Hum, Hum. Greetings to you. One who serves here. Shoshanna is here. And we are ready to take you forward along this timeline. This timeline that yes, indeed, is your creation, and you are moving more and more and more as Ashtar has given, as Archangel Michael has given previously, and other sources have as well, that you are now diverging timelines here. And it is very important for you to know this, because it is an awakening process that is happening. Yes, indeed, those of you began your awakening process some time ago, many of you many years ago, even decades ago. But the awakening process is really now in this moment beginning to take effect even more. It is beginning to come forward more and more that you are remembering and knowing who you are in the grand scheme of things and the great plan here, that you are the ones that came here purposefully to bring this timeline forward, to diverge these timelines, as Ashtar has given. So find yourselves moving forward each and every moment of your life now. Enjoy in oneness, and allow for the new timeline to more and more take effect here. We are ready for your questions if you have them. Guest, I have a question. OWS, we have to do something first here. Hold please. We wish to do something first here. We wish to ask those of you on this call if you would take a moment, whoever would be brave enough to do so, and share what it was you experienced in your third year, 3 years ahead, as Ashtar guided you to do in your looking at the future here. It can be 1 to 3 years, whatever that might be. Who would be brave enough to share on this? Guest, I will share. OWS, yes, please. Guest, so I saw many people, at first, all dressed up in robes of finery and jewels. I saw them with no tension. I saw them with happy smiles. I saw the water sparkling with life, just as crystalline, and in movement, and free. I saw life in places, in worlds that I had never seen before. I saw the earth coming forth, bursting forth, being reborn. It was absolutely magnificent. Thank you. OWS, and would you say, dear sister, that this would have happened after the event? After the great solar flash, or was it prior? Guest, yes, I do believe that it is after. OWS, yes. Very good. And you received a glimpse of what is coming here. Who else would like to share here? Guest, I would like to share. I saw a bunch of people hugging each other, showing love and affection, in white robes. I also looked back and I saw on our earth there was a crystal, which was pure white as a crystal. That she was in her beauty for ascension, and I moved into mine. I could see myself moving into my ascension, which was a great experience, and it was after the event that this happened for me. And I can't even describe all the earth people were really awake and are now learning who they are. They are looking forward for their ascension also. That's how I saw it. Thank you. OWS, very good. Anyone else wish to share? Guest, I wish to share. OWS, yes? Guest, yes. I had a vision of being in a beautiful place of dwellings. But all the people were really enthused with nature. I mean there were houses built in trees, around trees, with trees surrounding them. And there were animals of every type that were communicating with people. It was just kind of a weird vision I had, because I thought was that for us to go forward. I just saw, really, interaction with nature. That was just amazing to me, it just came. OWS, very good. Guest, I'd like to share. I saw people coming up from inner earth, I've been able to go down to inner earth. An interaction between the two. Yeah, beautiful, amazing. OWS, very good. Anyone else? Very good. Then we would end this part. But we wish to say here that Ashtar gave just a little bit of a hint here for those of you, where he used the 1 to 3 years as a guide point here. Something for you to contemplate. We are ready for your questions. Yes, there was one that wished to ask a question earlier. Guest, yes. Could you please designate if there is anything to mention between those beings called angels, archangels, and ascended masters please? OWS, this is quite a complex topic here, very complicated. But understand that those of the archangels were the first. They were the ones that came into being, such as Archangel Michael and all of those that were in the process of early creation, we will say. And those of the archangels also created, we will say, those of what you would call the angels. And then, of course, the ascended masters are those that have had birth embodiment here and ascended through the process, the ascended masters that you know of here. There are ascended masters from many different planets, many different civilizations that went through their own process. But for those of the ascended masters you know of here, they are the ones that mastered the 3D, or the duality, light versus dark, within themselves, you see, and ascended beyond that. Just as you are in process of ascending beyond the old programming, and such, moving completely out of the darkness into the light. You are all in that process. And in that way, you will all become ascended masters. Shoshanna, we know that you wish to share here. Shoshanna, Joanna's higher self, channeled by Joanna McConnell, we can share on this. May we share, dear sister, guest, yes, please. Shoshanna, while one who serves has given a perfect answer. But we will add here that in the scheme of things, in the way that the universe evolved, the galaxy evolved, you evolved, God evolved, the evolution of each of that which you have named has become an evolution in their own right with missions, with purpose, you see. Those that were the archangels had a purpose, and continue with that purpose. And those that were created called angels have a specific purpose. And those that are humans have a specific purpose. For the human evolution, as you know, the purpose is to ascend. That is your purpose. To become a master, to ascend into mastership. That is why you are here now in the third-dimensional consciousness, to move past it. You are not meant to stay here. You are meant to move on. And what we will say about the other evolution, such as the archangels and the angels, they continue to move on, to amass more power, to amass more understanding, to assist more beings such as yourself, to move forward in consciousness and move forward into a higher dimensional experience, you see. That is what their purpose is. That is what the distinction is. They all have each specific missions. Now we will also add here, we wish to add here, even though this is not part of your question, that each of those that shared their imagining of the 1 to 3 year forward living, they all saw glimpses of a 5D Earth. That is what they were seeing, and that is how they fit. Each one that saw what they saw of the 5D Earth is where they belong in the 5th dimensional consciousness. Namaste. OWS, very good. Guest, thank you. OWS, would there be other questions here? Guest, yes. You shared with us a couple weeks ago that when we get to the full ascension state we will be in our light bodies, and those are different than the bodies we are in now. I am curious, because I sort of envisioned that we do get to enjoy the things that physicality bring us that we enjoy, such as swimming in water, giving a hug, or laying on the grass, smelling the trees. Will we have some form of a hybrid that allows us to do that? Or will we be floating in and out of physical form to do that? How will we enjoy those things? OWS, you will be in your crystalline life bodies, and you will still have a body. It will just be much less dense than your carbon-based body is at this point. Even now, your bodies are changing. They are becoming lighter. They are becoming more and more crystalline. And you will begin to see the effects of that. Certainly when the great solar flash occurs, you will have a much more understanding of that. Because your memories of really who you are and who you have been throughout all of the many, many billions, we will say, and even more of your timeline here, you will experience so much at that point. But you are evolving, you are moving forward here. And with your body, you will definitely be able to swim in many rivers, and climb many mountains, and do all of this, but without the exertion that it takes at this point, but you will not have the physical body as you know it now, the dense physical body holding you back. There will be so much more that you will be capable of. And that is only here on the Earth. Imagine being able to be up on the ships and going to other planets and systems, and all of this. We know there are many of you that will wish to do that when the time comes, when you are invited aboard the ship. That is a very strong possibility and probability that is ahead for you if you choose it. Okay? Shoshanna? Shoshanna, we wish to share. May we share, Dear sister, guest, yes, for sure. Shoshanna, dear sister, all things that are present in your physical world are also present in the fifth dimensional world. But they have fifth dimensional qualities. Can you imagine swimming in fifth dimensional water? Can you imagine the water becoming one with you, and you becoming one with the water? Can you imagine embracing a fifth dimensional tree? And you become the tree? And you feel what it is to be the tree? You feel what it is to have a bird nest in your branches? You feel what it is to have the sun shine upon your branches? Can you imagine a world where you are one with all things, and that the experience that you have is the experience of complete oneness? All things here that you enjoy as a physical being, you are enjoy at a vibrational level unimaginable being now. Namaste. Guest, wonderful. Thank you, I appreciate it. OWS, very good. Would there be any further questions? We need to release channel here shortly. Anything further? No more questions? Then, Shoshanna, do you have parting message here? Shoshanna, we will say that as you, each of us, project forward our desires and our imaginings on what our world will be, you will find yourself ultimately in that world. Because you are the creator of that world. You are the creator of fifth dimensional consciousness. You participate in that. You partake of that, as you are the beings that are moving toward that. Namaste. OWS, very good. And we just simply say here in closing, embrace the moment, each and every moment moving forward. And let go of those things of the past, let them go. And do not only focus on what is ahead, but what is in the here and now. Shanti. Peace be with you. Be the one.